7 NBA players with gang affiliations. Subscribe to the channel and comment down below saying I subscribe to enter this month's shoutout giveaway. Marquise Daniels. Daniels has been accused of having gang ties for a while, and although he may not admit it, there are some things you cannot hide, especially tattoos. At least one particular tattoo says it all, but there are multiple that clearly link back to the Bloods street gang. The particular tat that gives it away, the 5-pointed red star with a black 5 in the middle. This is one of the most common signs associated with the Bloods, and there's no denying that. It has also been reported that Daniels consistently replaces the letter C with the letter K, which is another common trait that Bloods do as well. Stephen Jackson. Stephen Jackson is one of the few athletes who openly admits to having gang ties and has been involved since he was 9 years old. Fights, drugs, and death were a big part of growing up in his neighborhood, and it has definitely made an impact on his life. He lost his brother when he was just 15 years old because he was beaten to death. He openly admits to being associated with the Bloods and wears red on a regular basis because he claims it's just a part of who he is and his upbringing. Although he admits to being affiliated, he also made it very clear he is not involved in the gang. A bit of the gangster came out of him during the infamous game when he was on the Pacers playing against the Detroit Pistons. James Harden. Some may not think Harden should make this list, but he is pretty blatant about who he represents these days. He encountered a good amount of negative attention with his antics during games, which often included throwing up signs that look similar to ones used by the Bloods. Since he has become a superstar, Harden has made friends with multiple rappers who were known to represent the Bloods, and even made sure that Lil Wayne got front row seats after complaining about not getting to sit courtside and referred to him as 5, which is the common number for the 5-pointed star and the Bloods. Oddly enough, Harden created what he calls the Beard Gang in an effort to make an excuse as to why he throws up the B and whatnot. Interesting. Maybe instead of trying to look like a tough guy and showing kids they should hang out with gangsters, Harden should try something positive, or at least choose someone better than Lil Wayne. Wilson Chandler. Chandler may be more of an assumption here, as he is not near as blatant about any gang ties as pretty much everyone else on this list. He's actually a pretty humble and soft-spoken guy off the court, despite his tough play on the court and slightly thuggish style of play. He was also on a team with a few guys on his list for a number of years, including Stephen Jackson, Al Harrington, and J.R. Smith, and they are all covered from head to toe in tattoos. Not that tattoos make you a gang member, of course, unless you are blatant with it, like Marquise Daniels and his red 5-pointed star with a 5 in it. His Twitter handle basically consists of random gangster rap lyrics, but nothing really over the top like some guys on this list. Al Harrington. Harrington was on the Nuggets team with a few guys on this list and has definitely not been shy about who he represents throughout his career. His most blatant gang affiliation goes back when he played in New York and invested in a drug lord or gangbanger to start his rap career. Harrington was featured in multiple rap videos with Roland Heron, an alleged drug lord running a violent gang, distributing crack and connected with murders. That does not mean Harrington is a violent gang member, but investing in and associating with an alleged violent drug lord who is on trial for murder and dealing crack is not the best idea for an NBA player. Like James Harden, associating with gang members is a terrible way to show our youth what comes out of being a professional athlete. J.R. Smith. Smith has to have some kind of tattoo record somewhere. Does anyone in the NBA have more tattoos than him? At least he doesn't have a forehead tattoo like some gangbangers I've seen in my younger days. He has some sort of ties to the Bloods. During his years with the Denver Nuggets, he consistently replaced the letter C with the letter K in all of his tweets, which is common for Bloods because of the rival Crips. When asked about this, Smith responded by simply quitting Twitter. He has also been known to throw up gang signs during games, which unfortunately seems to be very common in the NBA these days. Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony has been slowly building his reputation back over the years, but he has been involved in and with shady situations. He grew up in Baltimore, surrounded by gangs, drugs, and violence, and like most of us, has friends from when he was growing up. Anthony was featured in a DVD years ago, possibly unknowingly, called Stop Snitchin', which is part of a campaign going on in Maryland at the time to convince people to stop providing information to police when it comes to gang crime. Yes, he was young and dumb at the time, and he claimed he had no idea he would be in a DVD, but regardless, that is not something you want to show to the youth in the inner city. Gangs, violence, and drugs have no place in professional sports. Luckily, it seems that Melo is growing up and simply wants a ring. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.